Good morning. My name is Tom. I come to you from the Rustic log cabin in northern Maine. I'm headed back to the cabin. I just caught my third laker. This one is 27 inches long, 7 pounds. I'm headed back to the cabin. I've got this one and I've got one salmon in the cooler for supper. It has been a hellacious fishing trip up here. If you haven't subscribed to this channel and you like stuff on the great outdoors, fishing and stuff, this is what this channel is all about here at the Rustic log cabin in northern Maine. I look forward to meeting you. Well, good morning. My name is Tom. I come to you from the Rustic log cabin in northern Maine. Welcome to my cabin today. Get yourself a cup of coffee. Today's got a kind of a special video. So let's have a sip of coffee and get on to today's video. I've got a viewer named Bill that lives in Florida. And I believe the backstory is that he used to live in the state of Maine. He has sent a donation to the channel for my grandsons, and me too for that matter. He has sent us some ice fishing traps. They're called a Moosehead trap. I've already started opening the box because Bill, you could tell he used to fish for big fish that he didn't want to get away because this box was wrapped up in so much tape that it took me about 15 minutes to break into it. Here's the box. Like I said, I already started breaking into it, so I wouldn't spend 15 minutes with 2 butcher knives, a hunting knife, and a jackknife to get into this box. So thank you very much, Bill. They arrived in the mail, safe and sound, and I was some happy to get them. Still, I didn't open up the whole box, so they might still come out here a little bit dry. But a Moosehead trap is an ice fishing trap. Bill, you did a good job wrapping these things up. Now, I'm not sure, but I think he said that he built them 40 years ago. There's 4 of them. We're allowed to fish with 5 traps. These things are absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm going to start fishing with these next week. Now I got one more week with this injured leg of mine, and then I will be out on the ice. It's been a long time coming this year. I have not been able to ice fish at all. Between waiting for the ice and then getting injured, I lost the month of February. But here's what the trap is and what it does. This is what's called a flag. And there's a little lever in here that you hook it onto. And this sits down in the ice hole. And there's a reel right here. And there's your hook and all of that. The fish will pull on that line. Flag pops, and you know you've got a bite. So these are absolutely wonderful traps. Thank you very much, Bill. I really appreciate it. I'm going to put these things to good use, and you will see them in the water because I will be fishing with these on the first day out on the ice. Just so you can see us catch hopefully a salmon or 2. I won't be going down to where the big lakers live because of the injury to my leg, safety factor. It's too far away from the cabin or from help, so I wouldn't want to risk anything down there at this point. But what I will be fishing for is whitefish and cusk, which March is the very best time of the year to fish for those two fish, and that's what I put in my freezer every single March. Now, he sent 4 of them, all lined up and ready to go. So I will put some fresh hooks on them. There's 3 of them, and then here's the 4th one. So I've got 3 grandkids, so they're going to enjoy the heck out of this. The other thing I want to do while we're in this video is that I've had a few donations come in for the snow dog, so I would like to thank each and every one of you that has helped out with the snow dog for the channel. We're up to $300, so we're making slow but steady progress. Commercials are helping out, so we'll just keep plugging along, and eventually there will be a snow dog on this channel. So now what I'm going to be fishing for is I'm going to fish for whitefish and cusk, or in Canada they call them burbot. The whitefish run about 16 to 18 inches. It's a whitefish, white meat. It's excellent fish to eat. Probably one of the best fish that I've ever eaten. Tonight's supper. I was fishing yesterday in minus 26 degree wind chill factor. It was really, really cold. I stayed right in the fish house and jigged those guys up off the bottom. That's a whitefish on the right and a small salmon on the left. That will be my supper tonight, along with probably some either a baked potato or homemade french fries. I like my homemade french fries and fish, so I'm probably leaning that way. That's a whitefish. I've had 3 bites. One on inside the fish house, but didn't get him. Then this guy here took a little shiner out on this trap. But it's starting to get really cold and the wind is blowing. The other fish that I fish for is that burbot, or cusk, whatever you want to call it. I like to catch them around 4 to 5 pounds. I'll even take a 10-pounder if one comes in. For me, this is the prized fish of the lake, cusk or burbot. My most favorite fish to fish for. You fish for them mainly at night, but you can catch them during the daylight hours. But this is the perfect fish for the freezer. It freezes nicely and it cans up just as nicely. Some people just won't eat it because they say it's the ugliest fish they've ever laid eyes on. But I'm telling you, once you lay into one of these fish, you will not go back. It's also known as the poor man's lobster. The meat in this is firm, just like a lobster, and there is a way of cooking it with butter that it would be hard-pressed to tell the difference. So it's a poor man's lobster when it comes to fish chowders here in the state of Maine. And it's the East Grand Woodsman's favorite fish of all. What they do is they spawn in the spring in the shallows where there's beach sand and stuff like that. So that's where you fish for those. And there's no limit on them, so they're an excellent chowder fish. I try to catch about 50 pounds. If I catch 50 pounds, that's more than enough for me. Then I will can it up. I will freeze it, all of that stuff. It's an excellent fish both ways. It's a firm meat, so that's why I like to can them, or as well as even freeze them, but they're excellent in a fish chowder. The whitefish, I do tend to eat those fairly quick. It's a more delicate meat, how I feel anyways, so that's what we'll be fishing for with your traps, Bill. And with any luck, I can put 50 pounds of grub in my freezer and canning jars in preparation for the future as well as next year and next winter's fish chowders. So thank you very much. And once again, thank you to all of you that have donated to the Snow Dog. I greatly appreciate it. I hope all of you are having a great day, and I will see you in the next one.